Alright, everybody, it is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, here at precisealgorithmtrading.com. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is a great time of year. So, let's dive in here because things got weird today. And, yeah, let's start here with our automated trading systems, and we've been looking for this. So, we got a pop. This is our Dow Jones Industrials futures trading, and this is the equity curve. So this is the results of our trading, not any kind of like stock chart itself or futures chart. So we got a new green dot today, and that means new all-time highs in our equity for the Dow futures trading. So if we look here, page 3 of 3, yeah. So today's 12:20. We got two nice trades today. Um, and that's what we've been talking about. That's when I said the other day when I was looking at that up there. It's like those are the kind of pops that you need. And this is a real similar looking thing. It just took two trades to get there. So that's pretty cool. Why did this kick in like this? We're going to look at this deeper, but I'm going to tell you it's because volatility kicked in, and it's not necessarily that the market went short, because this is a long entry with a reversal on it that went to a short entry, and that was a positive win. That's a win on a trade. So, and then it went short entry all the way into end of day, and you just have to catch those trends when they're doing that. And like I say, we can dive into that a lot deeper. This is the Russell, and I'm going to continue to work on it, but let's just call this live for now. And there was one trade today, and it was negative 750. It was a long entry with a stop loss. And then the NASDAQ has been on a giant pullback for a while, although the regular market has been on a climb for a while. And so now we're starting to reverse, and that was on a day when the market was a little bit nuts. So 12:20, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. They're right here, all positive for the day. Nothing really major yet. We had a nice trade yesterday, and we're starting to climb out of this hole. So, um, short entry, flip to a long entry with a conditional stop. It's not a real stop loss. It was a conditional stop. So you're up, and then it does a thing where it's like trying to get short, and so it stops out. And then a short entry and a conditional buy, which collects your profit, and a long entry and a conditional sell. So, and all that happened in the first few hours of the market. Go back here and look at. I'm just doing some research here. Yeah, so you can't just discount hours in the market, because this thing started to take off in the middle of the market and then just lasted till the end of the day. All right, so we had a really nice day in the futures today. Now let's look at the markets. The S&P 500, SPX, that is a big pullback. Let's go back to the futures. And we got to wait on technology to catch up. Come on. There we go. So this is the big red candle followed by what's happening overnight, which is a green candle popping back up again. Nothing. Well, I won't say that can't. I think we possibly could sit here and just pop up for part of tomorrow anyway. But I think this is the one that we're going to get follow through on back to the downside, because look, in all these other candles that we don't have any big red candles. We finally got one, and we've been looking for that. But I expect to pull back up into the middle of this zone here, and then we can reverse from there, because I think a bunch of people will, uh, you know, expect this to still be a bounce. Maybe it will be, probably not, because we've been waiting for a pullback for a awful long time. And this is the kind, I mean, we could still get a rise up into the end of the week before this thing rolls over. The Russell, same thing. The Dow, also the same thing. The Dow today was down because a lot of people look at the Dow, 475 points. Now, yesterday, it's funny because it was up, 200 points or something like that. Today, it reversed double that. We took back 1, 2, 3 and a half days worth of gains in one candle. That is a bearish move. The NASDAQ, looks the same. Now, can you just go short here without any pressure? No. If you go short here, even at the end of the day, the market's going to want to pull you back up. And it's like going underwater in the other direction. Try to get you to shake out. The pivot up here is the place to shake out. And I'm going to be looking to get short and ride this thing over. However, I'm going to be watching the bullish percent indexes to see if I'm on the right side of that. I'm not going to get too bearish yet, but this is a big bearish candle. Look at, we had 3 or 4 days, 3 days of that back here, and that's been almost a month ago. So, yeah, then it reversed big time, like I say, and we'll watch that. I'm not really going to get crazy short or anything like that until we get all the things we watch are going to have to get aligned. The transports today went nuts to the downside. IYT, I did get short, and I put my pivot stop up here, and I'm actually only looking for a gain down to either this pivot or down a little farther, which is going to be just fine. I mean, that's actually a nice play in and of itself. What oil do today? Oil is bouncing. It went higher and did a little bit of a pullback. I do want to look at USO. And looking for this 30 period moving average to level off at least, and then get another buy signal off of it, and that's when I'll really be interested in going long. And that's just off the daily chart. I do think we're going to get a pullback into this zone. 6707. That's a random number, but it is about the middle of the range, and it's good enough for me to look at. Gold, GLD, where are we at? So we've got a definite buy area here going on, a bullish trade, and a pullback situation. So this whole zone here is a potential buy area, and you can even see it with the ATR stop. And my actual stop is all the way down. My stop, and it's a little ways away, is 179.05. Truth be told, if you see here the two ATR, the two average true range uh, Keltner channel is actually lining up right with the bottom of that ATR stop, and both of those are at 183 and change. If this thing breaches that, I'll be looking to get out. arguably the stop should be pulled all the way up to 186.73 at this point. I might give it a little bit more room than that, but we did pull back on the hourly below the 30 period moving average, which you go back 1, 2 pivots. I just don't know if my second pivot's probably got to be up here. So 183 is probably where I'm going to get comfortable with. That way I'm not getting too close and I'm leaving enough room for this thing to move. That's gold. What's TLT doing? It's had to fall back today. Nope, it's going higher. So that's interesting. Alright, and one more thing, the VIX, which I've been meaning to look at the VIX. Look at that pop on the VIX. And if we look at trading VIX futures, the bullish side of the VIX, which is bearish for the market, is priced at $1 and $1.50, where just in the money over here is 47 cents and 77 cents. This morning, these numbers were like a dime and a quarter, and these were in that same dollar $1.50 range. So it was a giant tell that this thing was going to go like that. Next week, $1.63 and 221 versus 36 cents and 59 cents. This thing looks like it's going to go lower based on just the VIX pricing in and of itself. If that doesn't make sense to you, I'll be glad to spell it out a little bit more. But yeah, we needed the VIX to pop. We needed the market to take a cooler, and that's what we got. So let's look at the bullish percent indexes. I doubt we have rolled over yet. Because the market's just not that easy. No movement on the industrials. The NYA up 1.18%. The transports tacked on 2x's to the upside and went up 7.14% today. The NASDAQ tacked on a new X and went up by 0.61%. So this whole thing could reverse, or we could just chop around. The S&P, a new X to the upside. The OEX, a new X. That's really interesting. And the NDX. Two new X's all the way up at 92. So 8% of stocks on the S&P, I'm sorry, on the NDX, which is a NASDAQ 100, are not on a point and figure buy signal. So basically the whole market's bullish now, and there's only one direction for it to go, and that's the other way. And it's not going to give up without a fight. So, and it's the holidays, so everybody's in this great cheer. We got Wednesday, we got Thursday, Friday, and then we'll take a break for Monday, and then we got next week. So we could get a little bit of a pullback. Next week could still be even positive, and then maybe get a deeper pullback into the beginning of the year. So that's what we're going to be watching for, and if that doesn't play out like that, then we'll just bob and weave with it. Until next time, have a great night, and we will catch you on the next review.